Awesome. Welcome to another episode of our Hero Boost video series. Today, I'm going to have a conversation with one of my heroes, Alan Webb, and my friends, and who has been a part of Team World Vision now for the last few years. And so let me just welcome Alan Webb here on our conversation. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Brian. Good to see you again. How are you feeling after Hood to Coast?
Sorry?
How are you feeling after Hood to Coast?
Yeah, the legs were sore for about a week. Definitely coming back now. Have run for a couple days, but definitely a lot of cross training before I'm getting my legs back under me. How about yourself?
Same boat. But I have gotten out for a few runs. I just got back from a run as well. So there's still some junk in there, but I think I'm working through it.
That's good. That's great. Yeah, let me introduce our viewers to Alan. Many of you know Alan, but for those that don't, Alan is if we talk about kind of his career, his history in high school, Alan set the high school record in the mile in an iconic race, the Prefontaine Classic, where he ran 3:53, breaking Jim Ryan's record, and we also can look at his indoor in the indoor mile and the 1,500-meter record he has, where he was the first high schooler to go under 4 minutes in the indoor mile. Professionally, Alan has been amazing. He competed in the 2004 Athens Olympics. He's participated in multiple world championships. In 2007, he broke the American record in the mile by running 3:46, which is mind-boggling. And after retiring from track and field, he dabbled a bit in triathlons and until recently retiring. And but I wouldn't call it that at all. He's been super involved with Team World Vision, most recently with Hood to Coast. As we were just talking about our run that we finished really just a little over a week ago. And if we talk too about Alan's family. He's married to Julia, who also has been deeply involved in running. She coaches for the Nike Run Club there in Portland, and she also holds the world record in the half marathon by pushing a stroller. And does she also hold the world record in the 10K as well?
She did, but it was broken.
Oh, that's right.
I got that.
It's a competitive field, but her passion for her kids and her family shows up out on the race course as well. They have 2 kids, Joni and Paula. I just got to hang out with Joni a little bit. She is quite the firecracker, a 4-year-old, and a lot of fun. And if I as I introduce Alan to our viewers, the one thing that really sticks out with me more than any of these records, more than any of what he's done professionally, has been my experience with Alan just this past weekend at Hood to Coast was fantastic. He became just an everyday runner, just like everybody else. When he didn't have to be, he was out there encouraging all of our guys, no matter if we were running out there slow or walking, or if we were fast. It didn't matter. He was out there encouraging everybody, just as one of the guys, having fun, having a blast, and loving people. And that really meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to a lot of other people out there on the race. And so I just want to say thanks. Thanks for being with Team World Vision and pouring yourself into what we do. It's been awesome.
Well, I had a lot of fun, and I very much enjoyed the whole experience and getting to know everybody on an even more personal level. It was fantastic. Hello, awesome hair. I love it. It's awesome. That's so great. Are you gonna run Hood to Coast pretty soon?
No.
No. Are you gonna run the San Antonio half marathon? No. Yeah. Well, let's work on maybe a 5K. How about that? Does that sound a little more reasonable?
I did a 6K.
All right, there you go. Perfect. How old are you again?
I am 9.
9. Awesome, man. You're already doing 6Ks. I didn't do a formal race until I was in the 7th grade. So I was 3 years old, 3 years older than you, and so you are on a fast track to being fast.
Yeah. My name is Kai, and who is your hero?
My hero is my dad. My dad taught me a lot about what it takes to be a great person, and taught me the types of things that I should be doing, and was a great example to me, and was really gave me my moral compass, and has always been there to be a helping hand whenever I needed to ask an important life question. And he'll always be somebody that I can trust to come to with all of my tough life decisions that I just to be somebody to talk to. And he's been there for me my whole life, and I really look up to him as my hero.
Cool. Hi, on Webb. My name is Haddon, and I want to ask you, do you think Team World Vision is cool? Because I think they're pretty cool.
I do think Team World Vision is cool. It's an organization that I'm proud to be a part of, and I hope to continue to support them, because I get a lot out of the relationship that I have, and it's a wonderful organization to be a part of, and to put my name behind.
Thanks, man. And thanks for talking to my kids. You got to meet 2 of my boys there, Kai and Haddon, and they were really excited to be able to ask you a couple of the questions. The third question that I think a lot of our runners are going to be really interested to hear you speak on. We've got a lot of people who do it. The idea of doing a half marathon or doing a marathon is a really big deal. It's going to stretch them. They've never done anything like this before. What are a couple tips that you might have to share with them as they get started and they might be a little freaked out about it?
So the first tip that I would say for somebody who's could be intimidated by either doing their first half marathon or their first marathon would be to just get out the door, and because breaking the ice can be the hardest part. And so I would just say get those first runs in, get those first couple runs in, and you'll find that it's just getting started that can be the hardest part. And then my second tip would be I'm a big fan of the run walk training method for beginners, especially adults. Jeff Galloway and Bobby McGee are two adult training gurus that I really think do a great job of getting people out the door and to make it a little less intimidating. So I'm a big fan of that. It's just like I said, for the adult beginners that are just trying to get some miles under their belt. And so I would encourage not be afraid of incorporating some of that into your training, even for people that plan on running the whole thing. I think giving yourself breaks and during runs is a great way to keep yourself moving and motivated, and then choose your battles when you're going without those breaks. So it's just to take that intimidation factor out.
That's awesome. And I think it's going to be extremely encouraging for people to hear that too, especially from you, where they may feel the pressure that they're supposed to be out there running the entire time when we're out there. We're definitely encouraging them not to, and incorporate a lot of that run walking in our training programs. At Hood to Coast, you were just like everybody else. You signed up online. You created a fundraising webpage. you ran the race with all of us, and you fundraised just like anybody else would. What were some lessons that you learned along the way that you think would be helpful for beginners as they're just taking on this fundraising thing for the first time, and they might also be a little freaked out about that?
Well, the first thing I learned is that it's harder than it looks, and I'm been very impressed with the ability of others to do a better job than I did. But I'm new at this, and so maybe I'm doing the run walk version of fundraising to learn how to get better. And it's the second thing I learned is that it can be a little bit awkward, and I think that's probably the biggest challenge that you face, is because nobody wants to be that guy kind of begging for something, or you don't want to seem disingenuous when you're trying to ask somebody to help. But I think that it's if you really mean well, and you believe that you're really doing something for the greater good, you will get responses. And then I think it's also about managing your expectations. I think that you can't expect to have a 100% response. And so if you sort of understand that, then you won't have I think it's also another sort of intimidating factor. If you just manage your expectations and realize that not every single person is going to embrace it, and that's fine, because everybody has their own different causes that may or may not be involved in, and so it's hard to know exactly how much response you'll get for your particular interest. And so it's just do the best you can, and that's all you can ask for. And if you're genuine, and then people will see that and respond well.
That's awesome, man. Thanks. And I think that really addressed my next question too, just around any fears that people may be having. I think you spoke on that really well. I think all of us are afraid. All of us are afraid of fundraising, and but I, even watching you during Hood to Coast a week ago, and others in our van on our team, just kind of seeing that light switch go off in all of us, where we were just incredibly impacted by the mission around what World Vision was doing in South Sudan, and just started texting friends, posting on Facebook, whatever, and people got really excited around that. And I saw you doing the same thing and was really excited about it.
Well, yeah, I think that you're right, and I think that when you mentioned people in the moment using the event itself to continue to fundraise, I think it could be very, very effective. And if you make it personal to you, and you somehow make it you use your own picture and your own description of why you're getting involved. And so when you send that message out to whoever you're asking, they can see a personal connection there, and then it's not just a cookie cutter request. There's something tied personally to yourself. I think it was easy for me this year because I had built a relationship with not World Vision, but also I had a backstory of why I got involved, which was through Lopez and training with Lopez, and so I had a little history there, and so it felt real to me. It felt like I was part of it. I grew up in a relatively privileged life in the United States compared to. So I had to really find a way to get a connection to that, and I used Lopez as that avenue, and I felt like I was, I didn't go through the struggles that Lopez had to, but I felt like I could use that to kind of power my ambition to help, and if if you find a way to do that, then it will make it more genuine, and then when it's genuine, people will respond better to it.
That's great. And I think for any of our viewers who don't know who Alan is talking about, Lopez is Lopez Lemong. He's a just Google his name, take a look, order his book, Running for My Life, read his book like yesterday, and just know that, as we World Vision, Team World Vision, have been partnering with him through our Hood to Coast event, it's been amazing. But I think all of this stuff applies directly to any of the races that we do. And as we're talking specifically around San Antonio and the race coming up in December, this is all really, really helpful stuff, Alan. And I think there's going to be a bunch of people jumping on who are going to be really interested to get training tips, and yet they're hearing the heart of World Vision and Team World Vision. Any other reflections you might have after doing an event with us a week ago? What were, any takeaways? What was your experience on doing the relay race with us?
I don't know how you did 2 legs. How did you do that? You're amazing. Yeah, I mean, it was the first time that I'd ever run under the banner of a charity, and so it was my first charity race. And so after a long career of running for myself, it was very rewarding to be running for somebody else. And I think that that's a really powerful thing. And I hope that anybody that's struggling with fundraising, if you would be giving me a gift by helping out, if I knew that somehow I could contribute my own little piece to get somebody motivated, you would be giving a gift to yourself, and you'd be giving a gift to all the people that World Vision helps, and you'd be giving a gift to me. And so I would thank you for that.
Awesome stuff, man. Thank you so much for having this conversation today. I think for those, we've gotten a chance to hear a little bit about, who Alan Webb is, where he's come from, who his hero is. It was really fantastic to share about your family, about your father, being such an impact to you. And if we just look at how you got involved with Team World Vision, training tips, fundraising tips, real world experience of how he's participated in events with us. I have found this to be encouraging. I've found your involvement with Team World Vision to be so encouraging to me, and I know that people watching this conversation are going to be super encouraged just the same. So I just want to say thanks so much for doing this. This is awesome.
It was great talking to you again, Brian.
Thanks.